one of the choice inside the list set. Okay, normally for choice. Built-in, okay, the word built-in means provided to you. So for built-in, you can use only Z and N. Okay, only these two. Basic type is the one that you as the analysis will actually created into the system. Okay, so normally basic type will use to represent string data. Okay, will use to represent string data, and then there are actually rules for you to do the basic type. Okay, there are rules that you have to follow to do for basic type. So normally used to represent string data. Okay, used to represent string data. So these are the three data types that you are going to see inside your Z. Okay, how about type declaration here? Type declaration normally you use together with identifiers or variable. So what are the type declaration that? Okay, question mark, exclamation mark, and apostrophe. No, or this one, the closing apostrophe. Okay, so question mark is to represent input data. Okay, how about exclamation mark? Output. Okay, so output. And then the prime or apostrophe is actually to show the update. Okay, to show the update of your data inside the database. Okay, so you have three declaration. Okay, question mark, exclamation mark, and prime symbol. Okay, so question mark is actually to show the input, exclamation mark is to show the output, whereas the prime is to show the update of your data inside your schema later. Okay, so all these we will use later inside our Z schema. Okay, so question number 3 here. Okay, the name of set for book title below against the convention of naming. So this one normally what we call as basic type. Okay, so for basic type, what are the rules that you remember about basic type that we discussed yesterday? Rules for basic type. Okay, we need to use singular word. Singular word. Singular word means no S, no ES, whatever lah. Okay, so the rules, the guideline is must be singular word. Then capital, all capital letter. No digit. Okay, underscore, symbol. Okay, can I have all those things? Then, if combine two words, two or more words, okay, so all must be shown as one word only. Okay, without all the underscore and so on. Okay, no underscore, etc. Underscore, space, etc. Here also space, no space. Okay, so this is the rule. Okay, and then shown in subscript symbol. Okay, shown inside the subscript. Okay, so that is actually the basic type. Okay, the guideline for basic type. Okay, so among all the lists here, which one is a valid basic type? Which one? A, B, C, D, E, F, which one? A? Any more? C? Are you sure C can? What is the rule for basic type? All capital letters. So C is invalid. How about B? Because we have space. So no space. So also invalid. D underscore invalid also. E plural. So we need to use singular word. So this is plural, also invalid. F because of the digit. So the only correct answer for this one will be A only. Okay, so when you want to show in your schema later, the way to show will be like this. Like that. Okay, like this only. So when you want to show, will be like this only. Okay, this is how you are going to show in your Z schema later, using the subscript. Okay, using the square bracket. Using the square bracket. Okay, so because shown using this square bracket. Okay, inside the square bracket. Okay, so the answer, the valid answer for question number 3 will be A only. Okay, A only. So any question about how you are going to do basic type later? So you have to remember the rules, because there may be some of you who can forget the rules, and then they will use like this, or like this, or put number and so on. Yeah, so those are invalid basic type. So you have to remember the rules for basic type. Okay, so all understand about basic type here? Okay, fine. So the next one, variable names, okay, or identifiers name. So this one is basic type. This one is variable name or identifiers. Variable name or identifiers. Okay, so variable name or identifiers. Okay, so what will be the rules for identifiers? Anybody remember? What will be the rules for identifiers? Can be. Okay, let's say you can use, can be singular or plural, no problem. Okay, can be singular or plural, no problem. Yeah. If one word, if only one word, then the word must be in must be in small letters. Yeah. If two words or more, okay, so either if combine, you can combine, or you can use underscore. Okay, if you combine, first word must be all small letters. Okay, second word must start with capital letter. second word, and so on. Second word and the rest. Must start with capital letter. Start with capital letter, not the whole thing capital letter. Okay, If underscore, okay, first word must be all small letter. If you use underscore, okay, after underscore, okay, the second word and the rest, okay, can start with capital letter, doesn't matter, okay, or small letter, no problem, okay, So means that if you use underscore, then second word, third word, whatever, is okay to use capital letter or small letter, no problem. Okay. You can use, I put here lah. Okay. Can use digit, but cannot start with digit. Okay, cannot start with digit. Okay, can use underscore also. Okay, no other symbols can be used. Okay, and no space in the is no space also. Okay. So that is the rule for identifier of variable. Yeah. So looking at these rules, okay. Okay. If you refer to A until G here, which one are actually valid identifiers? Okay, which one are valid identifiers? Yeah, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G here. Which one are valid identifiers? Okay, so let's look at A. Is A valid identifiers or not? Yes. Okay, because no space. Okay, if you use combine, you don't use space lah. Okay, then first word must be small letter, second word and the rest start with capital letter. So this is valid identifier. How about B? No. Why? Okay, because N. Okay, right. So wrong, You cannot start with capital letter for the first word. Yeah, so this is invalid. Yeah, this is invalid. How about C? Invalid also because of space. Okay, because of space. How about D?
Yes.
Valid. Okay, so if you use underscore, the second word, third words, we don't. It's okay to use capital letter or small letter. Yeah, so D is actually valid identifier. How about E? Also valid. Okay, E also valid. Okay, E also valid. F? No, because you start with digit. Because of start with digit, it is invalid. How about G? Also invalid because you start the word with capital letter. Okay, so you have to remember the rules for identifier. If or when you want to do the identifier declaration, letter of variable declaration letter. So you have to remember the rules. Okay, so from these questions, only A, D, and E are actually the correct identifiers. Okay, so that is These are the rules for the identifier. Okay. So number 5, actually we have not done so yesterday because we have not finished with our chapter 2 yesterday. But I just want to tell you that what it means by schema names here, actually, okay, from, if you look at the Z here, okay, Z tab here, this is the schema that we are going to use later. Okay, this is the schema that we are going to use later. So the schema name is this one. Okay, the schema name is this one. That is what I mean by the question here, the schema name. Okay, the rules of the schema name will be similar to identifier. Okay, similar to identifier, but it's a little bit more stricter. Okay, so for schema name, okay, so if one word normally can be singular or plural, no problem. I copy this one. Okay, so the rule is you can be singular and plural, but normally it's up to your operation. Okay, if only one word used, then the word must start with capital letter. Okay, with capital letter. Okay, so must start with capital letter. If one word. If more than one word, if two words, if two words or more, you need to combine only. You have to combine. Okay? Combine as one word. Okay? Every word must start with capital letter. Okay? Every word must start with capital letter. Okay? Cannot use underscore, e.g., okay, space or other symbols. Okay? So that is the rule for the schema name. So that's why if you see this symbol, this name, you can see that schema name as capital letter and capital letter. If two words or more used, so you combine as one word, and then every word must start with capital letter. Yeah? So that is the schema name. Okay? Understand? So that is the rule. It is actually stricter than identifier rules. Identifier you can have underscore and so on, but schema name cannot. Okay? So among A, B, C until G here, okay, which one are valid and which one are actually invalid? So if you look at A here, is this a valid schema name or not? No, invalid because of course small letter, and then also because of the space. So for this one, two reasons here. One because of the capital letter A, another one because of the space. Okay, because of the space. Okay, so for B also same thing, invalid because of A here. Okay, because of A here, small letter. We cannot have small letter here. Okay, how about C?
Space.
Okay, invalid also right because of space. Okay, because of space. Okay, D, valid or invalid? Valid. This one is valid. Okay, we don't consider whether singular or plural. That one is up to the occasion. But this is a valid schema name. Okay, a valid schema name. I highlight. I change to red color, same as the rest. Right, I put red color right now. Okay? Here E, valid or invalid? Invalid because of underscore. We cannot have underscore. F, invalid also because of digit. You cannot have digit for the schema name. And then G, also invalid. Okay, invalid also because even though the first word start with capital letter, but the second word here must also start with capital letter. So I highlight. Okay, so I highlight that one. So this one actually is okay. Okay, so because of N, that N must be in capital letter. Okay, so that is, these are the three, how to say, rules, okay, that you have to remember, because you may confuse with each other. Okay, so you have to remember each of these rules so that when you start with your data extraction and so on, you put the correct, or you use the correct rules for what you want to represent later. Okay, so you have basic type rule, you have also variable name rule, and also you have schema name rules. Okay, the one that you have to remember lah. Okay, the one that you have to remember. Okay, so now, any question under here? Oh, okay, so still can follow. So just need to remember what are the guidelines on how to do the basic type, or for example, or what schema names or identifiers and so on. Okay, so now let's look at number 6 here. So we are going to start just a simple of data abstraction, where we are going to go for the given set of basic type here. Okay, so let's say you are going to define a video rental system where a video has a title and subject. Okay, by which it is classified. Okay, so we don't need to know anything about internal detail of the titles and subject, whether how, what are the titles there, what are the subjects, whatever inside there, we don't need to know. Just that we are going to say that those details of titles and subject are actually of type, basic type, or given set. Okay, so how are you going to do this? Okay, how are you going to do this? So you are going to have title and subject. So if it is basic type, then you follow the basic type rules. Okay, you follow the basic type rules. So for title and subject, okay, let's say you want to have title, so you have to put inside the subscript. Okay, then use capital letter title, close it. Okay, then same thing for subject, singular word, singular word. Okay, you can also actually, if you remember in the lecture, you can actually combine these two together. Okay, for example, you do like this. You can also combine like this. But for the assignment purpose, okay, for the assignment purpose, I will suggest you to go for the first one here. Okay, for the first one here, because for the assignment, I will ask you to do something like this. Okay, for the assignment, why the keyboard? I have to type one by one. Okay, so for the assignment, what I want you to do is, you do like this, then you type a description. For example, the set of all title here is video title. Video titles in the shop. Okay, And then subject here. Okay, just put lah. The set of all classified subject lah. Classified subject for the video titles, for example. Okay, so you create a description for your assignment. Okay, so you can do like this. But for the assignment purpose, okay, so I want you to do something like this. Okay, in your assignment, I want you to do something like this. Okay, just remember for the basic type, okay, singular word, all capital, okay, you put inside the subscript, and then no digit, no underscore, nothing, all those symbol, okay, and then same thing for this one, singular word and so on. So you must follow the guidelines to create basic type. Okay, to create basic type. So this is actually what you have to do for your assignment later lah. Okay, so starting next week you have to start doing this already. Okay, you have to start do the data abstraction already starting next week. Okay, so any question about this? Okay, understand? Okay, so now the next question. Okay, given to you 4 basic type here. Okay, hotel, reservation, room and guest. So you have 4 basic type here. Hotel, the set of all hotels in Malaysia, for example. Reservation is the set of all reservation. Room, all rooms. Guest, all guests. Okay, so you have 4 basic type given to you. And then what you have to do is you are going to declare variable to represent this one. Okay, let's say I ask you how to represent a single hotel in your system. How are you going to do the variable declaration here? So you have to declare variable. So this is variable declaration. So if I ask you a single hotel, how are you going to declare a single hotel inside your system? How to do declaration? Remember or not how to do variable declaration from yesterday's lecture? Forgot already. How to do the rest of you? Any of you have an idea on how to do variable declaration?
Stripping T.
That one is not variable declaration. Okay, so you use colon, titik per titik. Okay, so let's say my variable I put hotel. This is my variable. Okay, variable identifier. Follow the identifier rules. This one, follow the identifier or variable rules. So let's say my variable I put hotel. Okay, let's say this is my variable. Then after that I will put colon for my declaration. Space or without space, no problem. Okay. Then after that is your data type. So hotel, what is the data type for hotel here? Hotel is my variable. What is the data type for hotel that you want to put here? You are given 4 basic type. Okay, type here you were given straight away. You were given these 4. So this is my variable. Okay, if I want to declare a variable, a single hotel. Okay, so I put my variable hotel here, colon. Okay, doesn't matter you want to have space or without space, no problem. Space is not really a big deal in our Z schema. Then after that will be hotel. Okay, so this is how you declare your variable. Okay, so you put your identifier of variable, then you put colon, and then after that your type. Okay, so you put your type. So now, the next one here, B. Here a single hotel. Now, a finite set of rooms. How are you going to represent a finite set of rooms? Let's say my variable now is rooms. Let's say my variable now is rooms. So how to declare variable rooms here? Sorry? F. Okay, so finite. Finite means you go for finite set simple F. Okay, so you put F here, then room. Because your type here, room, don't put rooms here. Don't put rooms, with S, no, wrong, because our type is room only. Okay, no S, this is type. Type cannot be plural, must be singular. Okay, so when the question say a finite set of room, you have to use F for finite set. Okay, so a finite set of room, you have to use F. Okay, how about C here? Single reservation. Okay, let's say I put the word reserve. My variable is reserve of type reservation. Okay, of type reservation. Ada. Okay, a single reservation. Okay, a single reservation. So the answer is variable is up to you lah. Here I put reserve lah. You can put R, but like I told you in the lecture, don't put something that very difficult for you to represent. You have to put variable which can be understood by other people also. Okay, don't put A, B, C, D, E, F, G, U. Don't know what is it. Okay, so now we try to go for a variable. But of course, sometimes during discussion, sometimes I just put P or A like that, or C for customer, something like that, to type faster and so on. But in the assignment, whatever, try to go for a very good variable name. Okay, So the last one here, a set of guests here. How are we going to show a set of guests? So let's say my variable is guest. Okay, my variable is guest. Then is it guest? Like this? Okay, so when it is a set of guests, okay, you have to put a symbol power set. Okay, power set. So this is to show that you are going to have either empty data or one data or many data of guests. Okay, so this is what we call as a set of guests. Okay, so finite, normally we use finite and power set will be similar. Okay, just that general for our Z schema, we go for power set, not finite set. We go for power set. Okay, but if let's say you really know that your system cannot exceed a certain value, you know that the exact value is there, the exact record is there, cannot exceed that record. Okay, so you can use finite set. Okay, you can use finite set. But if let's say you don't care how big is the database and so on, then you can straight away use power set. Okay, you can use power set. Okay, And the last question here. If you are given this kind of question, how are you going to answer this? The difference between X and Y here. If you are given this kind of question to be answered, how are you going to answer this question? What is the difference between X and Y here?
Single and power set.
Okay, so single and power set. So how are you going to explain related to this? Because of course we know the symbol is single or power set, but what do we understand? If let's say people ask you, right, of course this statement is in Z schema, but now when you want to explain, you cannot explain in Z schema. One is single, one is power set. So people are, so what is that? So you have to explain using now English language to explain to them. So if you are given this kind of questions, how are you going to explain this? How are you going to how to say explain X and Y here? Using your own words, using English words. Yes. So like you said just now, X here is only consists of one duck only. Consists of one duck only. Whereas, because Y is power set of ducks, you can have, okay, in your system without duck at all, or you can have one duck, or you can have many ducks. Okay, so means that in the system, when you want to store your data or when you want to talk about data in your database, okay, so X is only represented with a single duck only. You cannot have more than that. Whereas for Y, you can have more than one. So, but you don't say how many lah, 10 or 20. That one is it didn't stated in this question. But in this case, you can see that, okay, related to the system, okay, X will consist of one duck only, okay, means that in the system you can have only one duck, whereas for Y, okay, it can have more than one duck. Okay, so that's how you explain. So you don't say the word power set, because power set, when you tell people power set, also they don't know what is power set. Okay, so power set, I do understand that power set is many, but you have to explain in terms of a normal scenario of people, how to let them understand what you mean by this. Okay, so normally, okay, one of the things that inside the lecture also yesterday, when you have a power set like this, okay, because you don't really know how many data inside your database. So in order for you to get the data, how many records or how many data inside the database for duck, for example, okay, you can use what? To know how many data inside the database. What are the symbols that we use here to know how many data or how many ducks in the database here? What are the things that we can use to show? Of course, X here we know, one only. X we know is one. But how about Y here? Power set of ducks. How do you know that how many records that you have for Y here? What are the symbols that you can use to show the total records inside Y here? 30. We don't have the data to show 30.
Subset
Subset? No. Okay, what all the symbols yesterday? Okay. So, what are the terms that, let's say we put X we know equals to 1 one record only because it's a single duck. Yeah, X we know is a one record only. But how about Y? If I want to ask you how many ducks in the system now for Y, how are you going to show that? How many records that you have here? What are the terms or what are the symbols that we are going to use if you want to know how many ducks for Y now? You remember or not? In maths, if you want to know the size of the data, what are the symbols that you use in mathematics?
Union.
Union, if let's say, union you show the data, but you know how many records? Not really, right? Union is just to show the whole data inside there. It means combine this and combine this. That is union. But you don't really know the size of the record. Let's say 20 records, 25 records, 100, you don't really know. Okay, so now if let's say Y here actually got 50 records, but I don't know 50 records. So I ask you, how many ducks do you have in the lake now? For example, so represented as Y. So I want you to give me the answer 50 there. But of course, how to get the answer 50 from your system? What do you think? Huh? Sorry? Huh? Can I hear you? Cardinality, yes. Using cardinality. So, hashtag symbol hashtag symbol. Okay? So, from here, how to get record for Y? You just put hashtag Y. Then from here, you will get how many records? So let's say 50, for example, just now. Okay, you have to put the cardinality here, this symbol. Okay, this cardinality is to show the size of your records. How many records that you have, the size of your data. Okay, so if you do hashtag that, and then you will see that, okay, you will see that the data will be integer value lah. Okay, when you use cardinality. So cardinality also can be used for rooms here. So means that for rooms here, you have rooms, right? So you can use hashtag rooms. Okay, then you will get how many rooms are inside there. Okay, inside the hotel. So same thing for the power set or finite set. In order for you to know the size of the record inside your system, okay, you can use the cardinality. Okay, you can use the cardinality symbol. So cardinality symbol is represented by hashtag symbol. Okay, how to write? You put in front of your variable. Okay, this is your variable Y. Y is your variable, so you put in front of Y. Okay, rooms is your variable, and then you put rooms here. Okay, so same thing here, Y. So you put like that. So you hashtag your variable. Okay, so from here, then you get integer data as the result. Okay, yeah? So any question until here? Let me see tutorial 3. This one is the next part. So any question about tutorial 2? All okay, huh?
Yes.
So in your system, okay, let's say in your system, you want to have okay, in your system, let's say you want to have one. Okay, yeah? So you want to have, for example, name. You want to have email, for example. You want to have age. You want to have gender. You may want to have, let's say for example, in your system, you want to have this. So, first of all, what you have to know is, for name here, what kind of data that you want. So, maybe the data that you want to have for name is a string. Okay, string. Email also as a string. Okay, age, of course, integer. Okay, age will be integer. Gender will be like either male, female or female. For example, male or female. Okay, for example, it's either one choice. Okay, so when you have that, okay, if for string here, okay, when you want to do data instruction for string, automatically this one you represent as basic type. Okay, so these two will be basic type already. Okay, age, integer, you use built-in type. Okay, and for gender here, because you have choice, male or female, then maybe, of course, we go for what? Free type, yes. Okay, so how to start? Name here, basic type, So you just put maybe you want to have name. Like that. Okay, email, maybe you want to have email. Okay, age, and integer, so I don't declare it in, we can straight away use it. Gender, so maybe I have gender, colon, colon equal. Normally, we don't use M capital letter, we use M small letter. So normally, what I do, I will just do like this, male or female, like that. Okay, So for now, you have done this. You have done with this. So you want to do variable declaration. In your system, you are not going to have one name only, right? You are going to have many names in your database. So, how to declare your variable? Maybe you use names of type name. But because you are going to have many names in your database, then you add with power set. Okay. And then for example, email. Okay. I will have many emails. So same thing. I will use power set email. Okay. But now I want to have age. Okay, age is N, so I can just put N. Okay, and after that gender, then I can put power set of gender. Okay. Like that. So this is how you declare your variable. But of course, this is not 100% into the system yet, but in order for you to know how to represent your variable declaration, okay, for your system, for example, this is a simple way to understand it. Means that you may have three different type of data type in our Z. You can use all those data type, and then you can represent using power set of finance. If you know how many records that you are going to have, maybe you want to have 100 records only, then rather than you put power set here, then you can change to finance set. Okay, if you know how many records that you want. Okay, Okay, any question until? Because this one, when it comes to later, then we are going to improve this one also. Okay, we need to improve because this one not totally related to your database yet. It's actually just to show how to declare a variable. But later we are going to improve some with this one. Just that you have to know how to use power set and so on. Okay? Any question, all of you?